Hey guys and girls, so today we're bringing you a video on how to repair plastic. There's a couple methods of doing this. I'm showing you a quick easy method with stuff that you probably already have around the house. What we're looking at here is the belly pan for my Ford Flex, which happened to come off in transit and probably got run over. Mask. But what you can see here is there's a crack that we want to kind of stiffen up. Right here, there's some cracks on the side here that we want to stiffen up. There's a broken piece over here that we want to repair. And there's a broken part right here that, again, we want to stiffen up so that nothing happens to it. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with some silicone. This just happens to be black silicone. It can be any silicone color. It can be RTV silicone. It can be automotive silicone, be marine silicone. It can be whatever you want. And then what this is actually for holding insulation onto ductwork. But you can also use brick ties. You can use scrap metal. You can use whatever you want. And all this is going to do is just go in there and it's going to stiffen everything up. And basically what we do, prep it up, rinse the areas with a good all-purpose cleaner and degreaser, follow that up with isopropyl alcohol, can be any percentage, 70, 91, 99, whatever. Then I like to roughen the surfaces with a rasp or file I should say. You basically want to rub all this down, scuff it up real good, give it something to bite onto, and I follow that up with one of these brushes. Just brush everything down. It scuffs it too, gets rid of any, gets rid of any of the like, almost makes like a fuzz when you're using a file on plastic. So without further ado, I'm going to tilt this just so you guys can see it a little bit better. Basically all we're going to do, these are nice, they've got dimples and ridges on them already, and it's galvanized, so it's going to resist rusting. It still will rust. You don't need a ton. It's going to ooze out. And that's it. I hope you guys can see that. But basically that's going to go in there. It's going to grab onto that plastic, the metal's going to be there to kind of hold everything in place and keep it from moving around so much. As you can see, this side got massacred. What we're going to do first is we're going to fix this. We'll drill a hole through this after, and then we'll put a rivet through there and actually fasten everything back down. But for now, we're basically going to mend this. Pull this back up into place. This one's going to get messy. And really that's it. And the silicone is enough to hold it in place. We'll keep an eye on it though and make sure that it doesn't want to sag after. So the other repair that we're going to do is we're going to repair this. We don't want to build this up too much because there's one of these rubbers and a little anchor that goes there that is now missing. I had to buy new ones. They are not cheap. Thank you, Ford. I get it though. This is just JB Quick Weld. This is the one that sets up in about 6 minutes, so you do not have a lot of time. Take yourself a piece of scrap cardboard. Equal amounts. A screwdriver you don't necessarily care about. And it will make a nice gray color. Fortunately, JB doesn't give you a cap or a device to show you what the color is supposed to be, kind of like Bondo. Bondo has those scrapers that are actually pink color, so you know when you've actually mixed it to the right color, but if you mix them with consistent amounts, it works out pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this up, but then we're going to hit this with a grinder after so that this is nice and flat. And we know that it's not going anywhere. So it might look like a dog's breakfast right now, but it's going to work out well in the end. And what we're going to do, flip this over, and we're just going to hit that. There's an edge right there. So we're going to scrape up the rest of this. It's hard to do this, but try to make sure that we get it on camera for you folks out there. So I apologize if we're not getting everything in frame, but you get the idea from what we did on the top side. If you really want to, lick your finger and you can kind of smooth that out a little bit, but it's really cosmetic. It's not doing anything for the product itself. So this will set up in 6 minutes. We'll be able to go back in there with a grinder or a sanding block. We'll be able to knock it down nice and smooth. That way the fasteners and everything will fit. You can see that we've got some damage right here too. We can throw another plate on there if we want. And that'll just kind of stiffen everything up. So yeah, we've got some damage right here. What we'll do is we'll just throw another plate on there. And really there's no need to go super excessive on it. But what we'll do is we'll get it right at the front here. And that way it's just going to kind of bind everything, stick it back together, and just give it that extra support that it needs. Again, they're galvanized. You can use brick ties if I didn't mention that. Brick ties are readily available at all hardware stores. These are available at most hardware stores, but they can be a specialty item depending on where you live. So again, they're for putting on insulation onto ductwork, either inside for noise or outside for thermal. So I hope this helps you guys and girls understand that it might look intimidating, but it's really not. Plastic can be repaired. There's multiple ways of repairing, but in my experience I've found that silicone, if it grabs, it is never coming off, period. And the black stuff's nice too because it doesn't, it's not as susceptible to UV, it doesn't yellow and all that. So I like the black, but again, it doesn't have to be. And then the JB Quick Weld, you can use any kind of epoxy. This was the stuff that is fairly common in my area and is readily available. So I hope you found the video informative. Again, looks intimidating, but repairing plastic and car parts is fairly straightforward. Don't pay the dealership. If I wanted to replace this thing, it would be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, even at a wrecker. So we're doing some saving of the planet. We're recycling, reusing, all that stuff, and putting money back in our pockets. So if you found the video informative, think about giving me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. Tell me why down in the comments. Always looking to improve. If you've got some ideas, put some ideas down in the comments as well. Always looking for new things. We're making videos on car repair, home maintenance, yard maintenance, all kinds of stuff. And remember, you never know unless you bear. Think about hitting subscribe down in that corner. I probably should have said that sooner. But again, you never know unless you bear. We'll see you on the next one. Good day, guys and girls. So we're back, and it's not quite 24 hours from when we did these initial repairs. As you can see, I maybe went a little bit overboard with trying to cover up some of these cracks and trying to stiffen everything up. But I just wanted to show you how good the results were with what I've done. I don't know if you remember, but this piece over here was just hanging by a thread, really. And try to get this in the frame here. And now it's not going anywhere. Like, everything is all one piece now. Even this one up here, it had a crack along the top. Now it's all one piece. This crack that was along the bottom here, right here. Actually, just tilt that up a bit. You can see now, all one piece. Obviously, having the epoxy here has made everything nice and strong. We're going to just smooth this out so that it's nice and flat, and we're going to throw it back on the car. So instead of paying $100 at a wrecker to get a new piece, here we are. We've fixed everything up for, in parts, probably $10 worth of material. So just wanted to show you guys and girls that it may look intimidating, but if you just basically follow some simple instructions and use some simple materials that are available at any hardware or automotive store, you can fix a lot of things and save yourself a lot of money and time. So if you found it informative in any way, think about giving me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. Tell me why down in the comments. And think about hitting the old subscribe right down there in the corner. We're adding stuff like this all the time. Could be automotive maintenance, home maintenance, yard maintenance, anything that I think might help you guys and girls out, make you more confident as a homeowner, vehicle owner. And we'll see you on the next one, and remember, you never know unless you bear.